The Man Who Sold the Eiffel Tower Twice. In 1925, Paris was a beautiful city full of art, music, and lights. The Eiffel Tower stood tall in the center, loved by everyone. But one man pretended it was no longer safe. His name was Victor Lustig, and he was a clever con artist. He dressed like a rich government official, with a black suit and a shiny hat. He spoke politely and carried fake papers in a leather case. At that time, the French government was spending a lot of money on repairs. Some people said the Eiffel Tower cost too much to keep. Lustig used this rumor to create a bold plan. He sent letters to 5 wealthy metal traders in Paris. The letters said, "The government has decided to sell the Eiffel Tower for scrap metal." Only a few trusted people were invited to bid. Lustig made the offer seem secret and urgent. One businessman, named André Duchamps, believed him completely. Duchamps dreamed of becoming rich by melting the tower's iron. Lustig took him on a private tour of the tower. They walked inside, and Lustig pointed at the old metal beams. He said, "This structure is weak. The government wants it gone." Duchamps was excited and nervous. He gave Lustig 70,000 francs as a bribe to win the deal. Lustig promised the sale would be official soon. Then Lustig disappeared with the money. He took a train to Austria and lived in a fancy hotel. Weeks passed, and Duchamps waited for news. But there was no contract, no official letter, nothing. He began to feel foolish. He didn't go to the police because he was ashamed. He thought, if I tell people, they will laugh at me. So he stayed silent. Lustig heard that no one had reported the crime. He thought, maybe I can do it again. 1 year later, he returned to Paris with the same plan. Again, he dressed as a government man and found a new victim. This time, he almost sold the Eiffel Tower a second time. But one of the buyers got suspicious and called the police. Lustig escaped just in time. He caught the last train out of France. He moved from country to country, always hiding. He once stole money from Al Capone, the American gangster. But even Capone didn't hurt him. He said Lustig was too smart to kill. In 1935, Lustig was finally caught in New York. He was sent to prison for another scam. He died in jail in 1947, never showing regret. To this day, no one has ever sold the Eiffel Tower except Victor Lustig. And he did it twice, with nothing but lies and confidence. The story shows how powerful trust can be and how easily it can be tricked. The game that changed history. In 2016, a big event happened in the world of games. It took place in Seoul, South Korea, The game was Go, an ancient board game from Asia. Go is much harder for computers than chess. It has more possible moves than stars in the sky. Lee Sedol was one of the best Go players in the world. He had won 18 international titles. People said he could think 10 steps ahead. A computer program called AlphaGo wanted to challenge him. AlphaGo was made by Google's DeepMind team in London. It used artificial intelligence, or AI, to learn from millions of games. No one knew if it could beat a top human player. The match would have 5 games. The winner needed to win 3. Many experts thought Lee Sedol would win easily. Humans are creative, they said. A machine cannot beat that. But AlphaGo had already beaten another strong player, Fan Hui. Still, Lee Sedol believed he could win. "I think I can win 4-1, maybe 5-0, he said before the match. The first game was on March 9th. Thousands of people watched online and on TV. Lee Sedol wore a black suit and looked calm. AlphaGo made its first move through a robot hand. The game lasted over 4 hours. To everyone's surprise, AlphaGo won the first game. Lee Sedol looked shocked. Reporters said maybe the computer got lucky. The second game came 2 days later. Lee Sedol tried new strategies. He played more boldly and took risks. But AlphaGo responded in ways no human expected. Move 37 was especially strange and brilliant. It placed a stone in a place experts never played. Later, professionals said it was creative and deep. AlphaGo won the second game, too. Now the score was 2-0. People around the world started to worry. Was AI becoming too strong? Lee Sedol looked tired and sad at the press conference. He said, "I am in shock. I did not think it would play like this." Before the third game, he did not sleep well. He studied old games and tried to find AlphaGo's weakness. But AlphaGo won the third game. The score was 3-0. AlphaGo had won the match. People said AI had reached a new level. But Lee Sedol refused to give up. He said, "I will try my best in the next games." The fourth game began with silence. Lee Sedol's hands were shaking. For the first time, he played move 78, a wedge play. Experts later called it God's move. It was so clever that even AlphaGo made a mistake after it. Slowly, Lee Sedol took control of the game. After 5 hours, he won his first victory. The audience stood up and clapped. Even the DeepMind team smiled and applauded. "That was a beautiful game," said Demis Hassabis, AlphaGo's creator. Lee Sedol had shown that humans could still surprise machines. The fifth game was just for pride. AlphaGo won again. The final score was 4-1. After the match, Lee Sedol said, "I was the one who learned more." He admitted that AlphaGo was stronger than any human. In 2017, he retired from professional Go. He said AI had changed the game forever. AlphaGo also retired after beating the top human players. DeepMind said it wanted to use AI for harder problems, like disease and climate change. The match taught the world many things. AI can learn, think, and even be creative. But humans still have feelings, courage, and the will to fight. Lisa Dahl lost the match, but he won the world's respect. And AlphaGo showed that machines and humans can learn from each other. Surviving 2 atomic blasts. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was a ship engineer from Nagasaki, Japan. In 1945, he was on a business trip to Hiroshima for his company. On August 6th, he was walking near a bridge when a bright light filled the sky. The atomic bomb exploded just 3 kilometers away. The blast threw him to the ground and burned his ears and arms. He spent the night in a damaged building with no food or water. The next morning, he found his co-workers. Both were badly hurt. One of them died that day. Despite his injuries, Yamaguchi decided to go home. He took a train from Hiroshima to Nagasaki. It was a long, painful journey. His clothes were torn, his face swollen, and he could barely walk. When he arrived on August 8th, his wife, Yukiko, cried when she saw him. "I thought you were dead," she said. Yamaguchi told her about the terrible bomb in Hiroshima. It was not a normal explosion. The sky turned white like a flashbulb. On August 9th, he went to his office to report for work. He was telling his boss about the strange bomb when, boom! The second atomic bomb exploded over Nagasaki. Yamaguchi was lucky. He was in a hallway protected by thick walls. Again, he survived the blast. But this time, his wife and baby son were at home, not far from the center. He ran through the smoke and fire to find them. Miraculously, they were alive, though scared and covered in dust. Yamaguchi became very sick after the bombs. He vomited, lost his hair, and had high fevers. Doctors didn't know how to treat radiation sickness. Some people avoided him, fearing his illness was contagious. But Yukiko cared for him every day. She gave him soup, cleaned his wounds, and sang old songs to calm him. Slowly, he began to recover, but his health never became strong again. Years later, he had cataracts, stomach problems, and weak lungs. Still, he lived a long life and raised 2 children. One day, his daughter asked, "Daddy, why did God let this happen?" He answered, "I don't know, but I believe my survival had a purpose." In 1965, he started speaking in schools about peace. At first, people didn't want to listen. Some said, war is necessary. Others thought he was just complaining. But Yamaguchi kept telling his story, calmly and clearly. He said, "I saw the flash twice. I don't want any child to see it even once." In 2006, the Japanese government officially recognized him as a double atomic bomb survivor. Reporters from around the world came to interview him. A French film director even made a cartoon about his life. Yamaguchi laughed when he saw it. He said, "I look like a robot." In 2009, he spoke at the United Nations. He said, "The world must abolish nuclear weapons." "I am not a hero," he added. "I am just a man who lived through hell and wants peace." He died on January 4, 2010, at the age of 93. Even on his last day, he told his family, "Tell the world, no more bombs." Today, a statue of Yamaguchi stands in Nagasaki Peace Park. It shows him holding a suitcase, walking home, a survivor, a witness, a voice for peace.